So far we've learned how to create variables and save information in them. And we could also add and subtract these variables that we've been creating. So here I've created some variables. I can print them, I can add to them, I can subtract. What we want to learn now is how do you get user information, get input from the user. So right now, all the variables that I'm creating, I'm putting numbers in them. So, you know, I'm saying the name is Cat, you know, the age is 10. Well, instead of saying the name is Cat and the age is 10, I want to ask the user. Okay, so to do that, we will be able to do that using the input function. So the input function gets input from the user. It reads input from the user, and whatever the user types in, it's going to give it back to us as a string. Now, the input function in parentheses takes the prompt, the message that you want to display to the user. So for example, if I want to ask someone for their name, I want to ask them, what is your name? So this is the message that I want to be displaying. So I will put input, what is your name? So it's going to be acting like the print function, where it's going to be printing this question to the user. Now here, the user is going to see the question and they will be able to answer. So they will type in their name and press enter. So whatever the user types in before they press enter, that will get read in and it will get saved into the variable name that I just assigned. So I'm saying the variable name, I'm creating a variable called name and I'm setting it equal to whatever the user types in when they see this question. And then I can use this variable however I want. So here I have name. It's going to get, if the user typed in Bob, it's going to read Bob in. So let's try this out ourselves. So instead of here saying name equal, I'm going to say input, what is your name? And so here's asking what is your name, and I'll put in my name. Now notice here that there is no space after the question mark. So unlike print that adds a space, the input doesn't add a space. So I should probably add a space here to make it a little bit user friendly. And now that I've read this, I might print a message, hello, and then name. So if cat runs this program, it'll say hello cat. If dog runs this program, it'll say hello dog. And so here I've created a variable and I don't know the value of the variable. I don't know what's going to be stored in it until runtime, until the real user uses this program to run my code. Now I could also do this with numbers. So I can say input, how old are you? And then maybe I'll say print. Let's just put one print here. So let's move this here. And I'll say name, you are H. Okay. So here, what is your name? My name is Kat. How old are you? 10. And then it says, hello Kat, you are 10. Okay. So the input gives us everything back as a string. Now there's a small problem. Let's say I want to know how old they will be next year. So if I come to age and say, well, I want to add 1 to age. Add 1 to age. So I go to age, and I say age plus equal 1. Okay, so it's 10. I want it to be 11, and I will say you will be age next year. Okay, so let's try that. And we're going to run into a small issue. So my name is Kat. I am 10. And we ran into an issue. And here it's saying that it's complaining about line 30. So let's go to line 30 and see what's wrong with line 30. And it says age plus equal 1. So it's kind of showing me what part of the code has a problem. And the error says must be str. And we saw that str means string. It says must be string, not int. So basically it's complaining about something here. Must be a string and not a number. And I really don't understand what that is. So to see what's going on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to print the type of the word age, the variable age. So I know one is a number, it's an int. But what is age? You know, I know the user typed in 10, but what is it getting stored as in the variable? And here I see that it's printing for me that the variable age is a string. And we said that the input function gives us everything back from the user as a string. So I can't add one. That's not nice. That's annoying. So is there a fix for that? Yes, there is. There are functions that can convert strings to numbers. I can convert a string to an int or a float using the int function or the float function. So here I ask the user, how old are you? That's going to give me the user whatever they typed in as a string. And then I can use the int function, giving it that variable that's storing the string. And what the int function is going to do is going to convert it to a number. So I can do mathematical operations on it. So let's try that. So here I'm going to say I want to convert it. So I want age, instead of being a string, I want it to be the int of what the string was. So I'm taking the age that the user typed in, and I'm going to pass it in that variable. I'm going to pass it into the int function to convert it, convert the string to an int. And let's see if that fixes the issue. So my name is Kat and I am 10. And now when it's printing the variable age, when I ask it to print for me, so printed hello name, you are 10, and then it printed the type of age, and now it's printing that it's an int because I converted it to an int. I converted the string to an int and I saved it into the variable again. And now we can do mathematical operations, and it's telling me that I will be 11 next year. So here you can do it on 2 lines. Okay, so you can ask for the input and then convert it. So this is doing it on 2 lines. Okay, I'm just going to put them on 2 lines like this. There is a quicker way where you can do it. Do the conversion from string to int on 1 line. Okay, and here do the conversion from string to int after reading. Okay. Now to do it on 2 lines, the first thing I want to do is I want to ask the user for input. So I'm going to say input, how old are you? Okay, so this is going to ask the question. Now whatever the user types in is going to get replaced here. So the user types in whatever characters, it's going to get returned here. So I'm going to put int around it. So whatever the user types in gets saved in the variable int, gets converted to an int, and then I'm going to save it in the variable age. So now I'm saying age is equal to the conversion of input into an int. And so this, let's just comment out these 2 lines of code. So this will give me the same result. Okay, my name is Kat, I am 10, and it will work. And I forgot a space here, so let's put a space. So you can convert, if I wanted to convert it to a whole number, I use int. If for some reason I wanted to convert it to a float, let's say it's someone's salary, I could also do that. So here it converted it to a float, and now I see it's going to be 11, which doesn't make sense. So let's change it back to an int. But basically, you can convert it to a number using the int function or the float function.